Many of us have heard of the story of Jonah and the whale, but we might have missed a key detail about this story and about this book of the Bible. Today's reading takes us through this entire book. It's quite short, but it's a pretty impressive message in 4 short chapters. And it starts off with us understanding that Jonah was running away from God, and we see how him and others all come to a place where they're understanding the fear of the Lord, and they have reverence that God is God, and that we need to appropriately respond to his greatness. Now, the first group of people who are going to realize this are actually the sailors of the story. So the word of the Lord came to Jonah saying, "Go to Nineveh and go tell them that I'm about to destroy their land unless they repent." Basically the gist of it. And Jonah doesn't want to go. And I've heard some different historical contexts and reasons why, but I haven't studied them really deep. But I know that if God tells you to do something, you don't run the other way. But he did. He gets on a boat and they're crossing over this large body of water. And God is still going to have his way. Like, God causes this storm, and it's huge, and it's not good, and the sailors are completely terrified, and they actually cast lots. It's kind of like a gambling system. Like, they're trying to figure out who did it. Like, why are we having this bad omen, so to speak? Like, why is this happening? And the lot fell to Jonah. And Jonah basically says, okay, like, I know I've done something wrong, this is not good, so throw me into the sea and I think everything will be good. And when they throw him in, it gets calm. And the sailors are in awe of what just happened, and it says that they actually fear the Lord and then sacrifice to him, which is super curious to me. Like, they might be the background characters of the story, but look at how quickly their hearts were turned towards the Lord. And then we see that Jonah goes through a heart change. So where he's running away before, all of a sudden, he's in a lot of trouble. Now it says in chapter 1, verse 17, "Now the Lord provided a huge fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. From inside the fish, Jonah prayed." You better believe that if I was living alive inside of the belly of a fish, I would be praying too. But he has this heart change, and he's basically saying, like, Lord, I know that I'm here, I know that I'm in this pit, but you can bring up my life from the pit. And he does. Now it's gross, but it says that the fish vomited Jonah onto dry land, and that has not, like, that's not going to be pretty in any way. I would never want to go through it. But I'm hoping he took a bath and then got his feet in the direction of Nineveh, because he ends up there and he speaks to the people the words that God had given him, and they all repent. And then we see that Jonah kind of has this pity party where it's like, I knew they would do that because you, God, are gracious. I knew you were abounding in love. I knew you were compassionate. I knew that this was going to happen, which is so weird to me that he's complaining. But, like, to me, I'm thinking, wow, these are great things, like abounding in love, compassionate. Like, I need that in my life, so I'm going to pay that forward to somebody else. But he's having a moment to which God even corrects him at the end, gently, but corrects him and says, look, you're so concerned about your comfort and things that are going on with you and whether or not you have shade over your head. Look at how many thousands of people are in Nineveh. So yes, I sent you because I care for them. It's short, there's a lot of facets, but we see God is reaching out to his people. He's even reaching out to the prophet here. And through all of it, God is abounding in love. He is compassionate and merciful. He is gracious to his people and to the surrounding nations as well. He wants all to come to know him.